Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, Trill to Life? Ray Patterson, man, all things. Ralph Chestnut, what's good, man? Pierre, hey, what's going on, Keith Pierre? Branson in the building, on the line, on the money line, what's good? Lee Jackson, what's happening? All right, Marcus the Villain, good morning, good morning. All right, it's fight week. It's stupidity week. It's the second week after the apocalypse of boxing. Let me sip this coffee for a little while and wait for y'all to say what's up. Carl Dickerson, what's good to you, brother? What's good to you, man? Yeah, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button, man. Put some color in the chat, man. Put some color in the chat today. Dog. These people are upset, man, about what's going on in the sport of boxing, man. We had a fight this weekend, bro, in which my guy Andy Cruz lost. But fact of the matter is, Andy Cruz is a great fighter. He probably should be at 130 pounds and not at 135 pounds. He looked too small for that big-ass dude. Hey, man, thank you, man. Please, thank you so much for keeping color in the chat. The thing is, you know what, man? I probably gotta reunite my chat because I don't think everybody can see the super chats that are left. So anyway, I'm here. Jermaine is here. What's up, Jermaine McPherson? How are you this morning? Julius Miller said, "How's it going?" Honestly, it's going pretty well. Sunday was a good day. Sunday was a good day, man. I had a good day Sunday. Tank is in Cuba today, and somehow he will be spotted at McDonald's in Kentucky tomorrow. Exactly, bro. Tank's in Cuba. How do you know he's in Cuba? You got some pictures, nigga? Y'all got a lot of shit y'all say about Tank without no pictures. Why? Hey, you know what's funny? Tank ain't never got no pictures. Can't find pictures to save your life. Nick Ballin, what's up, man? How you feeling, brother? Hope you're well, dog. Hope you're well. To the beautiful Barbara D, good morning. Good morning to the beautiful Barbara D. Gabe Toss, I'm good, man. Got to enjoy some sports this weekend. The Rams lost. I watched football. I watched 2 football games last night. 2 football games. He said him and Tupac must be kicking in Cuba. And remember, yeah, I told you. Hell yeah. He kicking it with Tupac in Cuba. Durant in his prime in 1980, Mayweather in his prime versus Mayweather in his prime. I would give Mayweather. I would take Mayweather over Roberto Durant. I would take Floyd Mayweather over Roberto. I should be a jerk and say I'll take Floyd. He said, Martin, they ain't never got no receipts. No receipts. No pictures, no shit. Just accusations. Still ain't seen any pictures of him snatching that girl up. Still haven't seen it. like y'all got a lot of accusations, never got no pictures. You know what I mean? But we know what's up, though. We know what's up, man. What's up? You know what's up? Gerald Sims laughing. Seriously, man. Jermaine McPherson said I watched the games yesterday too. Yeah. I made it the football games were more exciting than Devin Haney boxing matches. Let me tell you for sure. The football game was more exciting than the Devin Haney boxing matches. That's why boxing is losing out. Boxing is going to lose out to football and all of that. False charges from the get-go. All I'm just trying to say, they ain't never got no receipts. They say people have receipts, but they didn't show no receipts. Tank needs to disguise himself as Devin Haney because ain't nobody going to be looking for him. You know it. 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 So are you guys snowed in? Half the country is snowed in. We're snowed in. Kirk Jones said, what up, Fanon? I don't think nephew Tank is in Cuba. I think me be right down here and be more in the hood. Honestly, bro, I think his ass might be in a hospital, bro. He may be in somewhere. He may be in a recovery unit. I'm telling you, man. If there's going to be a reason why. Because his grandmother just died, man. That dude is tough. It's tough on people, man. And he's got to go do that. He may have said, let me sit down for a second, man. You know what I mean? Martin, I watched football too. Yeah, I watched a lot of football. I watched both games. They're very entertaining. I've been plowing this damn snow for 28 hours so far. Damn, that's a lot of plowing. Man, that's a lot of plowing. You say, hey, it's cold as dirt up here. Hey, man, what up, Mill City? Shout out to Mill City in the building. What up, man? I love the work you do, bro. I've been loving your interviews, man. You're doing your shit, Mill City. What up, man? Check the Bears temps, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, hey, man, good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you, Mill City. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Shout out to the great city of Philadelphia, bro. Love the interviews you're doing, man. Love the work you're doing, man. Milwaukee. Oh, yeah, Milwaukee and Chicago, same weather. Very, very close. You know what I mean? Very, very close in weather, man. But look, man. Hey, bro, can we talk about this TKO shit for a second? Can we talk about the Muhammad Ali Act for a second? Dog, it's got these fools shook, bro. It's got these fools shook. Shook. All of a sudden, hey man, they got Dana White increased the cost on Bam Rodriguez, driving up the cost already. Hey, TKO is already driving the price up on Eddie Hearn already. Bro, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, all right? I know this is gonna suck for the fighters. I want you guys, we gotta talk about this stuff, man. It's gonna suck for the fighters' money, bro. It's gonna suck for your money. It is. Because you guys are getting paid so much money and you're not earning the money. I told you guys before, you're making money that you're really not making because they're just losing money on you. It's only a certain amount of time before people get sick of losing money on you. But Mr. Fancy Pants, Eddie Hearn, who came in trying to outspend Al Heyman and buy up all of Al Heyman's fighters, is now having to deal with Dana White trying to steal and trying to poach his fighters and running the cost up for his fighters. And that right of first refusal is going to turn into just a very easy way for Dana White to increase the cost of doing business on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is in a very inflationary situation right now with somebody that has a lot more money than him because Dana White has more money. Dana White has more money than Eddie Hearn does. It's going to be very interesting. What up, Nuke the Duke? Good to see you, brother. McPherson, you've been saying that for a half. I've been saying it for a minute. Well, I mean, because that's the game they've been playing. Al Heyman started the game off by getting fighters more money. Al Heyman got money by fighters more money by having the fights make money, though. Then in comes Eddie Hearn, who decides that he's just going to start losing money. He had a big war chest. He got a war chest and he went to war with the war chest, spin out the war chest. And then in comes Frank Warren with Turkey Al-Sheikh with another war chest, right? Inflating the prices, running the prices up. And now you got Ari Emanuel. Now you got Ari Emanuel and his partner, whose name I forget, please forgive me, who have legislative power, bank level monetary abilities. What do they say? What do they call it in that? Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act is boxing's version of of Obamacare. Oh, hell no, man, it's fucked up. Nah, dog, I ain't turning my back on the Muhammad Ali Act. The Muhammad Ali Act is there for real protections for fighters. Real protections for fighters. And making sure that the promoter and the manager have a firewall between them. I mean, I think that is very good for the boxer's interests. And I think that's obvious, right? That what they're doing, the Muhammad Ali Revival Act, is walking back protections for fighters. But the question is, why are they walking them back? Why are they walking back your protections? Because y'all been showing your ass. That's why. Because y'all been stealing. That's why. I've been telling y'all been stealing. I won't get into it too much. That's my next question. What's going on with Turkey? Well, I don't know. Well, let me tell you something, man. I have my own personal opinions about Turkey. And though that's just mine or speculation, and then I can have what I see going on with Turkey is no longer going to be involved as much with boxing, specifically with Matchroom and DAZN, as he's going to be with Paramount Plus. Or maybe he maybe continue, depending on if they're successful in continuing to steal money, he may continue to be the face. Man, we've been knowing they've been stealing from us. That's why our fighters be so happy to go over there and fight with Turkey. Yeah. What up, Martin? Frozen in today. Oh, man, I hate that for you. Hey, put some color in the chat if you frozen in. For real, for real. Anyway, give me 1 second. Hit the thumbs up, man. Support the channel if you're frozen in. Hit the thumbs up button. Put some color in the chat. Leave a comment. Do something. Participate, man. Participate with a brother. Engage with a brother, man. You know what I mean? I won't bite. I promise. Even though I have bitten in the past, I promise I won't bite in the future. Schools. Oh, I refuse to pay for another boxing channel. Yeah, I can't do it. Paramount Plus. It's too split up. I can't do it. I can't. I'm not subscribed to DAZN. I am officially unsubscribed from DAZN. And trust you me, it was kind of painful being able to watch the Murtaza fight, having to watch that late. But I think I might sign up for DAZN again, but I don't want to. I really, really don't want to. How do I get this damn fight with Shakur Stevenson and them without watching that shit on DAZN? Man, I don't want to have to get a DAZN subscription to have to watch it on Paramount. Like, ugh. I hate DAZN. I'm not a fan of DAZN, man. God, dog, I'm not a fan of DAZN in boxing. It just ran the price way up. It shouldn't be that expensive. I should have to be able to pay for a pay-per-view and be done too. Just be done. Zaquan Moses fight was good. Hold on 1 second. Zaquan's a good fighter, man. Zaquan's a very good fighter. Fights just like your boy. Look at Brian Custer back doing videos. Hold on 1 second. Man, how you spell his name? Zaquan. Zaquan with a Z. Man, I swear, I have no idea why everybody all these black people always want to. Hold on 1 second. All right, I got to go. Man, I hate that I got to do this. I think I got to subscribe to DAZN. I hate that I do it, man. I hate that I have to subscribe to DAZN. I'm already subscribed. Martin, I dumped DAZN too. They're ridiculous. We should be able to get these pay-per-views without having to submit to the likes of DAZN. Yeah, it's terrible, bro. Like, it's like a $300. It's like a $600 a year hijack to watch American boxing, bro. Done by a UK company. That's the crazy fucking thing, bro. So, yeah, it's terrible, man. I don't want to have to pay for that shit, man. I really do not want to have to pay for that, but I guess I kind of have to, man. You know what I mean? DAZN white boy, dread head, ring announcer sucks. Oh, what's that guy's name? I forget what his name is. Yeah, man, he's kind of corny. I wouldn't say he sucks. I just think he's over the top and he's corny. Most of those ring card announcers are over the top and corny. Very few are really as good as Jimmy Lennon Jr., you know? Yeah, I understand. The guy you're talking about, he's over the top and corny with that shit. Let's get ready. It starts right now. Like, man, come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Hey, this is not about boxing. What do you think about Anton Daniels trying to sue the comedian Corey Holcomb? I think that fucking Corey Holcomb should have slapped the shit out of fucking Anton Daniels. And Anton Daniels seems like the type of dude that need to get slapped in his fucking mouth. That's what I think about Anton Daniels. Hey, man, ask me anything. Shit. Thank you for that question, bro. Man, I'm good at answering questions, bro, not just boxing. Yeah, I know. Let me see what about him suing him. What's he suing him for? Because he went at him? I saw the interaction between them. Hold on. Anton Daniels, I don't fuck with Anton Daniels for one reason and one reason alone. I don't fuck with dudes that do all them damn reactions, bro. All right, what happened? So, in January 2026, a high-profile feud erupted between YouTuber Anton Daniels and comedian and YouTuber Corey Holcomb following a volatile appearance on Daniels on Holcomb's. Yeah, a nigga should have got his shit slapped out of him. There have been reports suggesting Anton Daniels may have sought legal action or threatened lawsuits in response to the escalation. Personal disrespect. Holcomb reportedly made disparaging remarks about Anton's wife and daughter. Both parties have released follow-up videos. Holcomb claimed Daniels picked the wrong one, and Daniels addressed the feud on his own platform. Let me tell you what I think. I saw what the fuck happened, bro. All right, I saw that shit. I saw that. Oh, I don't know how. Oh, color support. Oh, no, hey, no worries. Hey, bro, for real. Thank y'all for any support. I don't have my phone. Shit. Just buying IPTV is a lot cheaper. Honestly, man, I'm gonna have to fucking get these niggas on the Fire Stick, bro. I'm probably gonna have to Fire Stick these niggas. I can't keep paying. I can't pay all this money, dog. Y'all are getting over. I'm about to Fire Stick you niggas. Anyway, so Anton dealing with consequences he wasn't ready. Let me tell you what the deal is with Anton Daniels. This is my personal opinion, bro. All he does is reaction videos. I mean, fuck, who cares? That shit, bro. I've done like 3 reaction videos. I hate that shit, dude. You're not creating anything, bro. You're just standing there looking at shit like this and giving your opinion on work other people do. So right there, I don't really fuck with Anton Daniels because of that. Because he does reaction videos, bro. That's some bitch ass shit, my personal opinion. Unless you're being like funny and being complimentary. Like if you're like really like reacting to a boxing match, that's cool. You react. But if you're reacting to other YouTubers and you're like fucking dissing the shit out of these people and react to them and yeah, I know. Reaction videos, big money. I know. It's just cheap. I don't know. That's all I can say. It's cheap. It's just cheap. And it's propagandistic, really. Most of those people are doing it. Those guys are fucking bots. Jesus. Fanon, you don't a Fire Stick. Steam East. SK is the site or Meth Labs. Hey, man, hit me up with the shit. I got to watch this shit for free. I can't fuck with these people. You don't have to have a Fire Stick. Stream East SK is the site or Meth Streams. Thank you, bro. Hey, Soda Black putting color in the chat. Thank you, Soda Black. Appreciate you, brother. What am I wearing, bro? Oh, I'm wearing my Muhammad Ali. Hold on one second. Nah, I guess I'm getting kind of hot in here, man. I'm getting kind of hot in here. Oh, anyway, yeah, man, that's all I got to say. I don't really... Anton Daniels, to me, is somebody that is always poking holes at other people and other people's content, and it kind of bugs me. But it is what it is, bro. I don't know whether he's a real content creator or whether or not he's one of these fake ass people, bro. Because let me tell you something, man. You know how you can really tell who the truly fake ass people are? The truly fake ass people, Stream East and Crack Screen. Hold on, all right, I'm gonna write that shit down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that shit, man. I can't fuck with y'all. Yep, I'm doing that, dog. I'm out of there, bro. I'm out of there. Martin, do these people know boxing is now more expensive? It is way more expensive. It is ridiculously, ungodly expensive. Boxing streams as well. Yeah, I'm just saying it's ungodly expensive. That's the only way that I can describe watching boxing, bro. Iced Out in Minnesota. Yes, sir. The only way that I can describe boxing is ridiculously expensive. It costs way too much money. The amount of money it costs is just exorbitant. So yeah, man, I'm done. I'm about to go back to, because before when I had to watch these UK fights and I couldn't pay for them, I had to stream them. I had to go to those sites and see if I could get it. So now I'm going to do it because I can't continue to pay DAZN any money, man. There's no return on investment for it. And all crying about pay-per-view, now you have to pay monthly. Out of the fire pan into the fire, bro. I fire stick all my fights, but I thought Stream East was shut down. I don't know, man. Stream East trend too much. Anyway, I'm going to probably get a fire stick because that's what everybody says to do. And since I don't feel like paying Eddie Hearn any money and I got to talk about the fights, I might have to go ahead and do that. I know that's some sorry-ass way to exist, but seriously, these guys want like $1,000 for me to watch boxing. 1,000. It's going to be like $1,000, $1,500. Who in the world is going to pay all that money for these fights, bro? You know? What's up? What's going on, Bruce Gas? Anyway, though, let's talk about this fight that's coming up this weekend that I will be watching, which is Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Man, that is going to be a very, very good fight. I am really, really not knowing who I want to win. I think any way it goes, bro, it's going to be a good fight for me. Morning, Keyshawn. Oh, man. What up, Keyshawn Davis, bro? Keyshawn Davis is absolutely ridiculous, bro. Hold on one second. Dog, Keyshawn Davis is absolutely fucking ridiculous, bro. How in the world are you going to how are you going to celebrate the loss of Andy Cruz just because he whooped your ass? Just because he whooped your ass in the amateurs, bro. You're going to hate on this man like that, bro? You refuse to fight Raymond Mortala yourself, but you then going to laugh at a close fight and like Andy Cruz just got his ass whooped? That looked like a close fight that Raymond Mortala won. 118-110 is ridiculous. But, man, that says a lot about Keyshawn Davis, bro. I hope you lose, bro. No joke, bro. I hope Keyshawn Davis loses to Jermaine Ortiz. That shit would serve his ass right for laughing at Andy Cruz. That would be just due. That would be just due. 100% just due. Get your ass laid the fuck out. If some shit happened like that, bro, you lost your dog. How can you laugh when you lose your belt by you miss weight by 4 pounds, man? You miss weight by 4 pounds, bro. Dangerous Minds, I would host a bar and pay that much and charge at the door. I mean, hey, dude, they're gonna charge you. I think they prevent people from doing that too. Yeah, he needs to stop that clown shit, bro. He simply say, if you come his way, this is going to happen. BTA, belt to ass. No, I didn't think that's. I think he said he had belt to ass after Keyshawn, after your boy lost. That's the way I took it. I thought the fight was closer than the judges had it, but I give it to Raymond. Yeah. I mean, look, man, Raymond Mortala put up a fight, man. He held on to his title. That was a tough guy to beat. But, you know, Andy Cruz isn't going to go anywhere, man. Andy Cruz, how many was that, his 10th fight? Andy Cruz's 10th fight? You know what he need to do? He just need to go call Victor Conte, and he need to get his strength up. You know what I mean? 2 Cent said, people said it's okay because Andy called him his son, but I would never publicly celebrate a defeat. It's amazing how men think that behavior is acceptable nowadays. Yeah, especially because it's somebody you didn't fight, bro. And shouldn't you be training, bro? Don't you got some shit to do next week? Hey, dog, doesn't he fight next week? What's he doing out there anyway? If you don't mind me asking, what is Keyshawn doing out there anyway? Keyshawn, ain't you got some training to do, dog? You better not miss weight for this Jermaine Ortiz fight. Yeah, no, you need to get some Victor. I know Victor gone. Somebody got to get some Mimo Heredia. Get you some Mimo. Get you somebody, bro. You got to get you some Mimo. Man, you got to get juicing. These guys that are juicing, these guys are winning fights, bro. The guys that are juicing, the guys that are willing to go all the way, these guys are winning fights, man. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it, bro. You can get to making a $50 million pay. You can make a $10, $15 million payday out of a hedge fund that really is somebody else's money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He clearly not focused, bro. Like, why are you even outside? Keyshawn, why are you outside? Keyshawn, your ass should be sitting there looking at pictures of Jermaine Ortiz. Like, you should be watching videos of Jermaine Ortiz. What are you doing? Dangerous Minds T.O. said, hey, by the way, if y'all feel like supporting the channel and supporting in the super chat, it would be greatly appreciated. I don't want to have to put my videos, the ads on super high, which I won't be able to, which I won't do. So if you feel like supporting with $1, $2 to help the chat pay for itself, that would be appreciated. But Dangerous Mind said, I think they changed the criteria of boxing after Mayweather and De La Hoya started promoting boxing is crazy. Well, honestly, man, I think they've been stealing people's money is what I think. I'm being very direct, man. I mean, you know, I think they've been stealing people's money. And I think that the real rise in the amount of money that these people have been getting paid is because there's been very, very rich investors that did not really know the extent to which they were funding these fighters. And now the money plug has got pulled out of the wall. And now these guys are not going to be able to make the fights that they wanted to make until they've sat so long that they start running out of their money. Jay Smoke says Keyshawn is stopping Ortiz easily. Bro, nobody has stopped Jermaine Ortiz easily. Nobody has stopped Jermaine Ortiz easily. Teofimo Lopez did not stop Jermaine Ortiz easily. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. He need to focus, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. He needs to focus. Jermaine Ortiz is a real fighter, bro. That guy can fight. He's not going to be there for him just to knock out easily. You know what I mean? He needs to be focused, man. That's what I see. You know? Right, his ass should be in camp making sure he can even make the weight. Yeah. Dude, he's out there eating popcorn and drinking beers, bro, at a boxing match. What's he at a boxing match for? You're fighting next week. Sit your ass down, bro. What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Clifton Moore said Keyshawn is stopping Ortiz for sure. For sure. Okay. We see. I hear you. He gonna stop him. I hear you. What's up, man? Clifton Moore, thank you for the comment, brother. The streaming endorsement increases pay from networks, but not for the fighter. Change of technology in the world, same as for artists. Oh, I'm sorry. The streaming increases the pay for the network, but not the fighters. Yeah, it does. So basically, you guys are not going to be making a lot of money fighting. You know what I mean? Not the stupid amount of money that they're paying, because it does boxing. You're not supposed to make that much money because you're not selling any tickets. You're not selling any pay-per-views because now streaming has made it so easy for people to watch without paying. You guys are going to have to get realistic about the amount of money you're going to make. They're about to de-inflate you guys. But that's okay. You know what I mean? Because eventually it's going to work itself out. And hopefully a lot of these boxing YouTube channels, and I don't want to wish any ill luck on them, but I would say, bro, maybe you guys should stop spending money directly on marketing, directly with a lot of these media outlets, because I think a lot of these guys have been getting paid a lot of money. And these guys, and I'm going to tell you something for real, these media guys may stand to make more money than a lot of the fighters. Really, the UFC is fading out. Boxing is not going to fade out. Boxing it's too good a sport. You know, Nuke the Duke said Andy Cruz lives rent-free in Keyshawn's head. Hey, dude, tell the truth, shame the devil. Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Isaiah, man? Always good to see you, brother. He says, salute for nine. Keyshawn is a chump for celebrating another man's win. That reminds me of when Devin when Teo lost to Kambosos. They were happy Teo lost to avoid him. Yeah, you know that shit. Man, that's actually a shame that happened. Because Devin would have never got a shot at Teo. If Teo had not imploded, they probably fucked over Teo, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They probably fucked over Teo, bro. Like, now that hey, let me try to stop yelling, man. Look, now that I know how you guys operate, now I know how sneaky and fucked up Devin Haney's camp is. They probably did that shit to Teo. No bullshit, bro. I'm telling you, man. That's how scandalous I think these guys are. That's how scandalous these guys are. I never thought about the fact that Teo was fighting in New York and Teo got crazy sick before that fight with George Kambosos. And that Teo had all kind of problems getting that George Kambosos fight off. Man, that might have been, dog, I forgot all about that shit. Damn, that shit probably was Devin Haney and them niggas. It was probably Devin Haney and them niggas probably did some shit to Teo. Man, oh my God. I forgot. I didn't even think of that shit. Because you know how all that fucked up shit happened to everybody? I always think about the fucked up shit that happened to Deontay, Anthony Joshua, and Errol Spence. I forgot about the fucked up shit that happened to Teofimo Lopez and how he got sick. He got sick before that fight. And after that, the entire media, the fight got postponed like 3 times. That's Devin Haney and these fuck niggas. That's them dudes. Oh, that's them dudes. Oh, you some shady ass dudes. I can't believe I didn't realize that. Man, you guys are some shady ass dudes. Y'all fucked over Teo and kept Teo from being undisputed. And fucked that man over, bro. He's always in New York City, bro. Or one was in LA. But bro, you guys, I know y'all fucked over, bro. Fanon, that's why you have some content creators looking to cash in on Zufta. They're looking for a big paycheck. They don't really care about the fighters. What fighters make. Oh, they don't really care what fighters make. They're getting paid. You know it. Bro, Blue Blood is looking for an angle to get his head up Dana White's ass. Blue Blood is looking for a way to get his head up that nigga's ass. He's like, God, how can I get my head up his ass? How can I get my head up his ass? Barbara D, I started watching Blue Blood again because I was like, this nigga's going to try to crawl up the ass of Dana White, bro. And there that nigga went, try Dana, can I get my head up your ass, Dana? I saw that shit, bro. Oh, that shit was hilarious, dog. Oh, that shit is hilarious. That nigga want to get in with Dana bad, bro. Dog, Dana ain't fucking with y'all, bro. Dana ain't fucking with y'all. Dana, dog, them niggas flip. I knew it. Man, as soon as, because they ain't got no money. Dog, them niggas stole the money, man. They don't got no more fucking money to steal. Dude, Dana's not going to give you niggas access to that money, bro. Dana touches that money, Dana will not live a week. Okay? Dana ain't fucking with that money. You think Dana's gonna fuck with that money? Dana ain't fucking up that money. Dana ain't nowhere near gonna fuck up that money. by letting you niggas run them scams. Them niggas already got gambling, got gambling problems, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. Everybody that competed against Devin Haney has some fucked up shit going on. All of them. I'm telling you. If they were a big name fighter, they fucking basically attacked. Man, everything fucked up happened to all of the big name black fighters when they're trying to move Devin Haney up into being the face of boxing. Them motherfuckers got Errol, Gervonta, Deontay, Anthony in this weight class. It was fucking Teofimo Lopez. Bro, you know come on, bro. Jillian Wallow promoting fights amongst YouTubers is hilarious. Man, they must be looking for some content or something, dog. That's all that must be that. All these niggas was gangsters, bro. They was gangsters. Gangsters. They used to be these big bad gangsters. They was the big bad gangsters. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Big bad gangsters. Big bad gangsters. Hold on now. Hold on, man. My bad. Hey, say, yep, dude sees an opportunity, and because he's an opportunist, look how he inserted himself into the Spence Crawford mix. Let me tell you something, man. Look, you little niggas is done. All right? You little niggas are done. Okay? You're done. I told you that this was going to happen, bro. I told you. They can try to stick their head up anybody's ass. They ain't getting his head. They're not going to get their head up that dude's ass. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. You're not going to be able to fit your head up that ass, okay? It's not going to happen, bro. You niggas had a lick. Y'all had a lick you were hitting. And that dude is from America, bro. You guys are bringing in these guys. Eddie Hearn hit the lick. Served as a lick cover for y'all. The zone covered for you. Then Turkey Al-Sheikh covered for you. Bro, Dana White is aligned with Al Heyman. Hey, Blue Blood, let me break this to you, bro. You fucked over Al Heyman. You fucked over the PBC. Dog, Dana White works with Al Heyman, bro. What do you think this is, bro? Look at the people that are already fighting on this card, bro. The next card, the February card, that's got Sergey Boyacek on that card. Dog, there's nothing keeping Al Heyman from working with, he's not a promoter. There's nothing going to keep keeping him from being an advisor, signing fighters, and signing them to Zufta Boxing. There's nothing going to stop him from being able to do that. And back in 2019, Dana White guaranteed that he would work with Al Heyman. He doesn't want to work with Bob Arum. He doesn't want to work with Oscar De La Hoya. He doesn't want to work with Eddie Hearn. He doesn't want to work with any of those people that you are working with. He said he doesn't want to work with them. He said he guarantees he work with Al Heyman. So, bro, y'all already said fuck Al Heyman. And why would these guys keep following you everywhere you skip around? I'm going to tell you right now, though, I don't have a problem with Dana White. I'm telling you, I don't have a problem with Zufta. I don't have a problem with Dana White. None. I would rather Dana White be successful than Eddie Hearn be successful. Let me repeat this. I would rather Dana White be successful than Eddie Hearn be successful. Because Eddie Hearn fucked up U.S. boxing, and he fucked it up on purpose. Okay? So Eddie Hearn can get the fuck out. I don't care. I would rather Dana White than Eddie Hearn. I would rather Dana White than y'all. I would. Why? You know why? Because shit, you guys are charging me $50,000 a year for boxing. You guys are scamming like there's no fucking tomorrow, bro. And you guys back liars. You back liars consistently. Liars. And I'm going to tell you, UFC sucks. UFC sucks. Boxing is better than the UFC. That's a fact. As a sport, boxing is better than the UFC. BMF media, man, I'm not the media. Watch this. Pathetic. No, that's not pathetic. No, it is not pathetic. Eddie, first of all, let's talk about what you're doing to U.S. boxing. You gutted U.S. boxing because you're trying to gut boxing fans. Right now, because of Eddie Hearn, Turki Al-Sheikh, we cannot even afford to watch boxing matches. You can't even afford it. They charge us almost twice as much, a third more to watch fights in the U.S. than you watch than you get charged in the U.K. The U.K. gets charged less money to watch fights than the United States does on that network. You guys, even when the fights come to the United States, half the card is a bunch of British fighters. Half the fucking card, a bunch of British fighters that Eddie Hearn puts on there. No, fuck that. I would rather see Zufta and American fighters and Mexican fighters fight each other on Zufta and have it where I can watch the fight and I don't get gutted. All right, if there's an occasional pay-per-view, then it's up to me to watch the pay-per-view. UFC fighters be on food still for real. Hell no, they're not getting paid. Hell no. But that's not the model I think he's going to pay for boxing. But I don't know. Look, let me tell you something, dog. If I have to choose whether or not, no, Turki is not with Zufta Boxing. No, he is not. Turki Al-Sheikh has a partnership with TKO, not Zufta. TKO, not Zufta. TKO. He has a deal with TKO. He has a deal with Ring and TKO. Ring Magazine does not have to stay at DAZN. It doesn't. Ring doesn't have to stay at DAZN. Doesn't. Ring Magazine had a fight on Netflix. Ring Magazine is just a magazine. That's all that is. It's just a magazine. But if you're talking about who's promoting the fight, bro, let me tell you something, man. It's really expensive to watch fights on DAZN. You have to get a $350 a month subscription. And then you've got to pay $20, $30 for pay-per-views for every fight that's worth watching. So you're going to wind up paying $500, $600 a year for that. I think that that's too expensive. I do. And it doesn't, and look, it doesn't make me feel better. It's not a belt now. It's always been a belt. It's an award. Bro, Ring Magazine is a magazine. They have had a Ring Magazine champion for decades. And they've been giving out a belt for decades. But the fact of the matter is, Ring Magazine is not a sanctioning body. Ring Magazine does not have people fight out of their rankings, nor will they ever have that. What Ring Magazine does is they try to give a stamp of approval on a particular fighter and award them their championship. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about, bro. Don't worry about me. I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, thank you so much, man, for somebody supporting. Oh, thank y'all, man. Really. For real, for real. No, seriously, what am I supposed to do? You think I should support? You think I should support who? Who should I support? Al Heyman is putting on fights like once a year. I love the PBC, but they're putting on fights like once or twice a year. Come on, man. I can't boxing it. That's not support. That's not enough fights out of the PBC. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. The PBC is sending a lot of their fighters to get that extra money on those Turkey Al-Sheikh cards. But guess what? Turkey Al-Sheikh is not going to be paying that money anymore, which is why you are not getting the Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz fight, because Virgil Ortiz wants $7 million for that fight or $9 million for that fight. There's no way they can make that amount of money in that fight. They got to have somebody just throw money. And dog, if you do not understand, listen to me and stop talking. I know what TKO and Zufta is. Listen to me. TKO, thank you very much, is the organization. I get that. But TKO is a league that they're trying to set up. That's what TKO is. TKO is the league they're trying to set up. Zufta is a promoter. Okay? I know what they are. I also know who owns the whole fucking thing. Rahm Emanuel. I'm sorry. Ari Emanuel owns the whole thing, J Smoke. Ari Emanuel owns WWE. He owns the UFC, and he's going to own TKO. And TKO may be TKO Holdings, and they could own everything in TKO Holdings. For all intents and purposes, what matters is the following. Blue Bloods, you're not going to get your head up the ass of Ari Emanuel. You're not. No chance, bro. You don't reach that high. You can't jump that high, bro. So you might as well cut that shit out. Seriously. Keep it non-biased and true. What is that? Look, I'm just telling you. All I know is I can say this. I'm saying this. I do not like the current setup in boxing. I don't. That is me telling you the truth. Let me try to stop yelling. This is what they reported, is that Turkey Al-Sheikh is key partner, financier, part owner of no. He is not a part owner of Zufta Boxing. He is not a financier of Zufta Boxing. He is not. Zufta Boxing and TKO is being funded by a private equity firm out of California. That is who is funding Zufta Boxing. It is a private equity firm that's opened in around 2023 that's located in Beverly Hills, and their name is like Lobbly or something. Shit sounds like Lobbly. No, it's an organization. The organization that is paying for it is not the Public Information Fund of Saudi Arabia. And Turkey Al-Sheikh does not have the personal wealth. He's only worth $3 million. He does not have the personal wealth to invest in Zufta Boxing, because guess what? All of that shit is publicly held. All of it. I'm pretty sure that it's all publicly traded. So no, he is not the owner of it. It's a private investment firm that did that. And I can tell you whose money it is. Who did that? I'm telling you, I know the players involved. I know the players involved. Now, me, what I'm going to do is just hope somehow in some way that we can get the PBC fighters that are on the shelf active. If Errol Spence fights on a Zufta card, so be it. I wouldn't mind that at all. Bro, I'm just not interested in you, bro. Look, debate me. Here, debate me. I won't even throw you out because I know who you are, bro. PBC is the worst thing that ever happened to boxing. We know what kind of person you are, bro. Okay? Even to make that statement. We know what kind of person you are. But you are not going to insert your head up the ass of Dana White. I know. You're not going to get your head up his ass. How are you going to get your head up his ass? How exactly are you going to get your head up his ass? How are you going to get fighters on Zufta cards? Let's just be honest about what you want to do. You want to get your fighters on Zufta cards, and you don't want other fighters to be on Zufta cards because you want Dana White to pay you money and finder's fees for the fights that you set up on Zufta. Is that the game again that you're gonna try to insert yourself in the middle of, you fucking raggedy piece of shit? Huh? You're gonna just insert yourself in that shit too, bro? What are you gonna do? What kind of schemes and scams you got going on where you think you're gonna be able to get Arya Manuel to kick you a bunch of fucking money? Bro, Arya Manuel would not touch your raggedy ass with a 10-foot pole, bro. Believe it. Arya Manuel will not come 9 miles away from you, bro. He would not come anywhere near you, and you know it. Because if he did, he'd lose everything he had. Arya Manuel, unlike you, is not stupid. Got it? There are people that have to approve this Muhammad Ali Revival Act. You know, the one that's going to let them gut boxing and get rid of managers, informal matchmakers, you know, unlicensed matchmakers. All you unlicensed managers, unlicensed matchmakers, getting money coming this way, coming that way, out of the way boxing is right now. You know, the Boxing Writers Association of America, they're going to probably get a little play with Dana, but not a lot. So I know that's why y'all don't want Dana to take over, because pretty much Dana's a white boy front. As far as boxing goes, you know full well who's doing this to y'all. It's Al Heyman. And you guys are not going to be able to, you guys hate Al Heyman and you hate Zufta, but you really want Zufta to do business with you so you can crawl up in there like a worm and destroy the whole fucking thing. Okay? Beat it. Man, I love it, dog. But anyway, like I said, bro, somebody called me a coon because I said I would not fight Zufta boxing. I was called a coon. Hey, man, can anybody tell me who would call me a coon for supporting Zufta boxing? Even though I didn't support him. All I said was I'm not going to fight it. You're not going to hear me talking bad about Zufta boxing. You're not going to hear me talking bad about Dana White. And guess what? It's not going to be because I want to get my head up their ass. It's not. Oh, Bill ain't going to like that he's getting replaced. Oh, Bill had an inside. Ooh, Bill, you had an inside angle to the money, didn't you, Bill? Oh, Bill, that money was flowing, wasn't it, Bill? That money was flowing, wasn't it, Bill? Ooh, y'all just kept taking advantage and kept riding the wave. Everywhere the money was, that's where Devin was. When the money was with the PBC, Devin was in Mayweather Gym. When the money went to DAZN, there's Devin over there with May over there on DAZN. When the money shifts to Saudi Arabia, there goes Devin to Saudi Arabia in the pick. Damn, dog, you always seem to have your nose to where the money is, huh, Bill? Almost like, you know, you got connections that let you know how to get to the money. It's almost like you had connections that were letting you get near the money. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it. Bill said Bill's a rat. Damn, y'all, 11 and a half inches of snow. That's crazy. Crazy. Give me 1 second. Trying to do 2 things at one time. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry about this. All righty, yeah. Zufta Boxing needs better commentary team. They were boring. Oh, look, man. Rocco, I didn't get to see it, man. I'm going to watch the next one. I think the next one's on February. The next Zufta card is, let me see when the next Zufta card. When is the next Zufta? Man, if they put events like every fucking month or 2 events a month, they'll start doing some shit. If they start doing said everything is subject to change. I mean, yeah, it is. His fucking access to my money is fucking subject to change. Shit. Your access to my money is fucking subject to change. That's what somebody told y'all. Oh, everything's subject to change, huh? Okay. Well, your access to this money is subject to change too. Since y'all want to get funny. No, for real though. But anyway, man. So Shakur, Stevenson, Teofimo, Lopez. I got to again get everybody on record for who they are picking in this particular fight. Who are we going to get? Zufta will put on 1 to 2 1 to 2 months for sure, since that's what they do. Put on events 1 to 2 a month. Can you rewrite that? They put one event on a month or 2 a month event? Dude, if Zufta Boxing puts on 1 event, 2 events, and they got a lot of money, they're gonna fucking dominate these guys. They're gonna dominate them. We got Zulu Lion said 55-45 Tio. Channel 68 TV says Shakur. Zulu? That's interesting, man. Why you got it so big for Tio? That seems like a big swing, man. I really want to talk a lot of shit, bro. I really do. Just to let you know, I really do want to talk a lot of shit. I'm not talking a lot of shit, but I really do want to talk a lot of shit. I really do. I really want to talk a lot of shit. But I don't feel like getting called crazy today. I don't feel like, people dogging me and doing all that stuff today. But I really do want to talk a lot of shit, bro. You guys are going to lose. I'm going to tell you, you guys have been playing a game for a lot of years, and you wasted a lot of people's money. You wasted so much fucking money and lived so opulently that, bro, you guys are getting taken down. You're getting taken down. Yes, you are. Your transatlantic takeover of the United States is over with, Eddie Hearn. Your transatlantic takeover of the United States is over with, because the United States is probably going to seriously affect, with the legislation that's going on in the United States, it's seriously going to affect you in the UK. Seriously affect you in the UK. Seriously affect you in the UK. You're going to have to compete with guys that are going to be putting on fights exclusively in the United States, that have access to all of the amateur programs in the United States, who are working and understand how to make a profitable business that can last for a very long time. Yep. And the UFC has a better, and guess what? Ari Emanuel now has a better product than he had before. Zufta Boxing is going to be, watch it, TKO. Watch what I'm saying. Boxing is a sport with a lot of lineage. And it's also a much more entertaining sport than the UFC is. Almost everybody that likes the UFC will love a really good boxing match. But it's not true the other way around. There's a lot of talent in the United States. And guess what? Even if they're getting paid less money, they're still going to fight. That's the sad truth. Even if they make less money, they're still going to fight. They're still going to fight. You know what I mean? So they're going to get over on you. And I hate to tell you, we're going to partner with them little hats. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. Y'all got stuck your hands in that pocketbook. And now you're going to have a bunch of little hats come clean your ass up. I'm telling you, that's what's happening. Because they're more trustworthy with the money than you were. No joke. It's unfortunate that I have to say that. Because there were a lot of black people that were trusted with a lot of money. And there were a lot of black people that were put in situations to be wealthy for a long time and help boxing become a great sport. But instead of doing that, they decided that they were going to be completely self-interested, loyal to nobody, and start running gigantic scams. So you fucked up the sport of boxing. You could not let a black man, you bunch of black people, attack Al Heyman when he was trying to do it. You had everything that you needed, but you wouldn't support it. Then they had the PBC doing well, and you fucking ran that in the ground to try to get in bed with the UFC. To try to get in bed with Matchroom. And now you want to jump away and try to run over to Zufta, bro, and you're not going to be welcome. I'm telling you right now. Just like you tried to suck up the showbiz, thinking maybe since they were buying showbiz and they were going to make a star out of showbiz, that you were going to buddy up next to showbiz. Man, that shit is disgusting, dog. That shit is disgusting beta male behavior. You know how y'all niggas like to talk about beta males, alpha males, and beta males? Let's talk about some beta male shit. Beta male shit is when you run around trying to crawl up underneath the nutsack of anybody and everybody that got money. That's beta shit. That is not leadership shit. That's beta shit. You switch up on every fucking body, bro. Hell, let me switch. That shit is beta shit. Some old wormy shit. Your boy, if you're gonna ride. You know what I mean? If you're gonna ride with Eddie, you're gonna ride with the Zone and Matchroom, ride with him. Ride with him. Don't jump ship. Don't jump ship again for the 12th time. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Always trying to be. That's how Don King used to do him. Oh, thank you so much, bro. Ralph Chestnut with the $5 holler. My support, bro. Thank you so much, Ralph Chestnut. Thank you for the $5 holler, brother. Appreciate you more than you know, bro. And my guy, DH, what up, man? Keep facts going. I got to stop fucking yelling. Keep facts going, brother. Blessings, Team Spence. D. Hayes in the building, brother. Team Spence. Shout out to Team Spence, bro. I can't wait for the return of Team Spence, and I hope it's with Zoop the Boxing. I hope Errol Spence signs a fight with Zoop the Boxing. Alton Jones in the building. Thank you so much, bro. Just a little support for the best channel. Thank you, bro. I need that support, bro. I really do. I can't lie, bro. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro. I never had a what's my nigga's name? Chuck E. Cheese, Eddie Cheese, Edward Cheese. I didn't have an Edward. I've never had an Edward Cheese running $1,500 a day on me right out of a Greek bank saying you got trillions. Dana, do business with me, Dana. I can get you some money. I know somebody that got access to trust funds. I can get trillions out of trust funds. Oh, don't worry. We got. Trust me, this money is so big, it's so long. You ain't got to worry about making a profit. All you got to do is make the fight and pay us pay the people what we want you to pay them. You know what I mean? Then give us our kickback, man. Look, bro, we got the funds for all these fights, Dana. You ain't got to worry about getting the money from your investors, man. Come on, get the money from my investors. We got trust funds. We got hedge funds that can pay you $6 million, $10 million to be on BLK Prime. You know, BLK Prime is owned by a hedge fund in California. We got these hedge funds. Why would you ever trust Dana White? 2 cents say, I don't trust Dana. He got to prove me wrong. I don't trust no damn body but my wife and my mama. Okay? And even then, I got to see it. I don't trust nobody but my wife and my mama, dog. My daughter, I trust my daughter too. You know, I trust my family members. There's family members I trust. I ain't trusting Dana White. Yeah, Charles Edward Cheese. That shit was funny as hell, wasn't it? Dana has his own legal problems. Yeah, he does. That's why he's not going to get crooked. Yes, he does. And that's why Dana's going to act right. They all got legal problems. Bro, they all got legal problems, bro. Trust me. They all got legal problems. All of them. Ain't no doubt in that. Wifey and mama never steered me wrong. Nope. My wife and my mom, I trust them. I don't trust the rest of that, though. You know? Give me 1 second. I got to try to do something. Have a little patience for a black man, if you don't mind. Have a little patience for a black man. Hey, man. The scam, bro, the scam. The great manager scam. The great manager scam. Give me 1 second, almost done. He said, oh, White, yeah, never sell me wrong. I'll never forget when Errol said he wasn't taking any money from Bud. Since he wasn't taking any money from Bud, since it was a hedge fund and Bud was trying to convince Errol to take it. Yeah. I'm telling you, these guys want you to use this hedge fund. They need somebody, some legitimate person to be the person that spends the money out of these hedge funds. And you guys got busted. It's that simple. You guys now, everybody knows where and how you got your money. It's not Turkey al-Sheikh, bro. It's a hedge fund. If you know, they say if it seems too good to be true, it more than likely is. Give me a second. Al Heyman said he's not taking that money now because they knew where that money was coming from, and shame on y'all for stealing that money, bro. You're just misappropriating funds. That's it. You're working with some people that are trying to embezzle a lot of money, and you're one of the outlets for the embezzlement. So you went into boxing with an outlet for these people who wanted to embezzle large sums of money and run that large sum of money that they're embezzling through legitimate corporations, and you chose boxing. You chose boxing to run the money through because there's a connection between the owner of that money and boxing. So that's why after I exposed you guys for doing it, we knew that you guys were fixing fights. But that's how you get your money back legally, by putting the money on, by gambling the money. Then you win the equal amount of money, and then you pay taxes with the money that you stole. Right? You all the money is accounted for because you gambled it. And you're out here fixing fights, fixing boxing matches. You're fixing UFC matches. You're fixing basketball games, baseball games, hockey games. You know, you're doing all the same shit the mafia out there in New York and New Jersey always do. Right? Because you guys have Vegas And you guys fix fights with the helps of Vegas. Before that, you are running numbers in New York and running numbers in New Jersey. So you guys have the Wall Street people that are in Manhattan, the Wall Street crooks who are very much connected with all of the rest of y'all, had you a little hookup where you stole this money out of people's hedge funds. And now you're not going to be able to do that anymore. And that's why the money's not there for the fights that you want to have made. You were going around saying that you could get a fighter $10 million for a fight. Blue Blood said that. Didn't you? Didn't Blue Blood have a meeting with Terrence Crawford at the 7-Eleven and say how much money he had for him? That's what they said. So you had access to this money, or access to the people who have access to the money. Very, very secretive people that don't want their money to be seen, or for the people who have the real decision to have the power to know that you were taking this money. And you had enough audacity to tell me that you were going to still continue to steal this money, big guy. Because you're a very important man, aren't you, huh? You're a very important man, huh? That's the story you sell. That's the story you sell. That's the story you sold them. Isn't that what it is now? And matter of fact, I remember when people called me about what was necessary to get ownership in DAZN itself. You guys tried to get ownership in DAZN itself. I remember the conversations that you guys tried to sneak in on me. But guess what's happening now? None of those contracts are valid. None of those agreements are valid. None of them. Found out, yeah, exactly. Devin in the pool with the diddler. Yeah. Y'all are acting mighty beta male-ish, running around stealing other people's money. I would say it's some beta male shit instead of being out there trying to earn your own for real. But that's what you did. You shook hands. I saw you. You shook hands on camera with Terrence Crawford. Yes, you did. You shook hands with him. Yeah, you guys out in New Jersey and New York, you guys are the hedge fund guys. You're the guys that had the money in the hedge funds. That's why Floyd Mayweather Jr. got a piece of large amounts of properties being bought in by large investments being made in commercial real estate, or I'm sorry, in residential real estate in New York City too. You guys got brought in on really big deals to help you spend this money that you guys took. I mean, seriously, man, you think that I don't see what you guys are doing? I've been reporting on it. You know what I mean? Been reporting on it. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, Ted. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, man. Shit. Ugh. Hold on one second, man. Sorry. Names of the civil allegation. That's the problem. All right. Give me a second. All right. I had to fix my problem. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I only trust my mom. Hey, that's the only person you should trust. Your mom. I trust my wife. I trust my wife. I trust my wife very much. Very, 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 very much. I really, really, really do. Give me 1 second because I got to put up a video at 11 o'clock. So I want to make sure I get it done. Really important to stay on the grind. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. All right. As for the fight this weekend, hopefully we get both fighters at their best physical conditioning and bringing their A games because it will be so. But it'll be honestly, man. I think your boy's gonna hurt his hands. I think the PBC is regrouping, but at age 28 and 29 are important for Boots. So he has to be busy and is not caught up in the rebuilding phase with minimum days. Yeah, I think that is fair enough, Rocco. Man, that boy can fight, man, but they are killing his marketability, bro. Like Rocco, Eddie Hearn they just kill his marketability, bro. Killed it, bro. Killed it. Man, oh, let me get these cash apps. Thank y'all, man. For real. Oh, I got Alton Jones. Thank you, man. Barbara Davis for killing the ads. Barbara D said for killing the ads. Yeah. Hey, dog, I don't want to put an ad every 50 seconds in here. But you know how it is, man. I got to take the way of the zone, bro, because the world doesn't get any cheaper. Man, for real, let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit to you, Blue Blood. I'm going to talk my shit to you, dog. Seriously, I'm going to talk my shit to you, little nigga, for a second. And nobody listen to what I'm saying, dog, because this isn't real. Hey, look, bro. You really started some shit you should have never fucking started, bro. You know that, right? You know that, right? I don't give a fuck how nothing else plays. You know you're a little nigga now, right? You know that, right? Just so you and I know, me and you know that you a itty bitty little nigga. And you found out in every way that you could possibly find out that you ain't nothing but a little itty bitty nigga to me. And you can front all you fucking want to front. You can act like you can walk with your chest puffed out. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. As long as you do that shit over there. Because you know damn well you niggas ain't got nothing coming in any way, shape, or form. And you niggas ain't getting no more money. My number one thing that I'm going to do, that I did, is make sure I shut the valve off on that money. Yeah, I did. I made sure I cut the valves off. All of them. There's nowhere for you to go. You can't find another you can't find another fund. You can't find no. It's all shut off. And it started with those RICOs I put on y'all out there in New Jersey and New York. You know, the ones that shut down the 5 families of the New York City Mafia. You know them. You know, the ones that got shut down. You know, and before that, how Daniel Kinahan and those guys got shut down. And now your boy Turkey got shut down. Like, bro, how many more people you think Dana's going to be your babysitter now? You're out your fucking mind if you think Dana White's going to be your savior, bro. Because Dana White is a peon. And you know it. You don't. Now you know it. You used to think niggas like that were a big deal. But now you know that they're not that big a deal. You know what I mean? See, you found out how to work. The world really works, Mr. Illuminati. Mr. I can switch up all my signals and do all that shit that military niggas do. You know what I mean? So just know that I told you the shit was shutting down. The shit is shutting down. And I see you trying to jump over there to Ari Emanuel. Dude, Ari Emanuel don't want you clowns. They don't want none of you clowns. They don't need your help. They don't need your help getting in the way of fights. They don't need your help blocking fights. They don't need your help finding talent, getting talent signed. They don't need any of your help with any of that shit, bro. They don't need Rick Glazier's help. They don't need Ness's help. They don't need Oscar De La Hoya's help. They didn't need Victor Conti's help. If they want to juice up their fighters, shit, they got plenty of people to juice them up. They didn't need Bada. They don't need none of y'all. I told you, y'all bit off too much you can chew. But, you know, you niggas never learn because New York is if you can be the best in New York, then you're the best in the world. Nobody can do anything with New York and New Jersey. Y'all run everything. You in California and your Hollywood act that you had over there, you got all kind of bullshit. You got a Hollywood investment firm fronting for some New York City, Wall Street people who are tapping in to hedge funds coming out of Chicago. And then you get somebody to play the front in Eddie Hearn and in DAZN and in Turkey Al-Sheikh. You run the prices of everything through the fucking roof. I see the play. I see the play. How you feeling today? How you feeling today? Peon to the eon. You feeling like my name is, let me tell you something, bro. Like I said when I met you bum ass niggas, my name is Martin Blackwell. And I am very, 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 very well connected. For sure. And you niggas thought you were going to hit a lick because you thought I was stupid. Dog, just because you have more information at the time than I do, and just because people around me sold me out, doesn't mean I'm stupid. It just means that you guys are crooks. Okay? Just because I follow your little shell game and I don't see where the coin is underneath the shell, just because you slipped it and put it in your pocket, doesn't mean that I don't know you're a con man. Scratch a lie, and this is what happened to you, fella. You lie too much. You lie too much. You guys are in the business of lying. And when you scratch a lie, you find a thief. Scratch a lie, find a thief. So we just scratched your lies and scratched your lies and scratched your lies till we found a thief. And then we walked backwards from the thief all the way to the last thief. And that thief got fired. Just so, and I've told you this before. I fired her. Fired. Let me say this quietly. I fired them. I fired them. All three of your ends were all fired. None of them have access to anything anymore. They can't get approvals. They can't get nods. They can't get winks. They can't get anything. They can't ask me for money. They can't do anything. None of it matters anymore. Your whole scheme, your whole game, your whole play, it all got blown up because you're too greedy and you're too arrogant. And you want to get in the middle of too many things. You should have just been okay sitting behind the scenes, making money the way you were making money. But you want to take over the world, just like Floyd Mayweather wants to be the richest man in the world. Let's talk about what Floyd really wants to do. Floyd Mayweather wanted to be the richest man in the world, is what Floyd wanted to do. Floyd looks at guys like Elon Musk and are very jealous of guys like that because he has 50 billion, 60 billion, and the most Floyd has ever came near was $500 million. So Floyd figured he could continue to do big business deals and get bigger and bigger and get wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. So he got in bed with some crooks. And y'all started crooking together, because guess how these guys get those billions? Most of them are crooks. Yeah, they are. Most of these guys that became billionaires are getting loans from these same people that are not necessarily approving these loans. You got me? A whole lot of money flying around. Boxing is just one of the angles in which it was being done. But yet you got so greedy and got in the face of the people whose decision it really is, and they saw you. If you would have just been stealing out of healthcare funds, nobody would have caught you. If you would have stayed and you would have just stayed, sticking up strip clubs when they close for all the cash, you would have been perfectly fine. If you would have continued to collect money for the mob the way you were told to, then you would have been perfectly fine. But all of you guys want to be upwardly mobile. But you want to be upwardly mobile to a point where you cannot be upwardly mobile. And you know where that is? That is when you start talking about sovereign wealth funds. When you start talking about sovereign wealth funds, you are officially playing way above your pay grade. Okay? When you see hedge fund, say, okay, somebody's gambling. When you see a sovereign wealth fund, you better believe that that is the most dangerous money that you could possibly touch in your life. And that is why Al Heyman said, I don't want to touch that money. I'm not touching the money of a royal family, because royal families have militaries, bro, and they will come get you for sure if you steal their money. So you guys are playing with these big time players who were stealing this money, and you thought you were just hitting little licks, but you got caught. You got caught. You got caught. And when you got caught, everybody else got caught. When you got caught, everybody else got caught. Because when you scratch your lie, you find a thief. And then when you find out that something's been stolen, you just track the money and you'll find the rest of the thieves. You have taken down some very, very, very big people with your stupidity and your greed. Yes, you have. Victor Conti is no longer around. Neither is the head of your mafia families in New York. Bro, that was a damage that, trust me, you guys aren't going to recover from out there in New York. You're not. You're not going to recover from that. That was a deadly blow, what they're doing to gambling and your numbers rackets out there in New York. Okay? That was a very big blow, New York and New Jersey. All because you guys want to be slick and disrespectful. And you think people are stupid. No, you're just a thief. I'm not stupid. They're not stupid. The people's money it is ain't stupid. You're just a thief. That's all it is. Thieves always steal money when people aren't looking. And they're always trying to make, especially if they can convince you that there's no money there at all, and just allow you to give it to you with your little signals and your, oh, yeah. No, dog. No more hustling and bustling, bro. Crook if you book, or crook if you book. I'm just telling you. That's what I think is happening in the world of boxing, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, it's not going to work with Dana White. It's not going to work with Dana White, because Dana White doesn't want to go to jail, bro. Let me tell you where Dana White does not want to wind up. Dana White does not want to wind up in prison. He doesn't. One thing he doesn't, that's why Bob Arum backed off, y'all. Didn't you notice that Bob Arum backed up? That Bob Arum basically retired from boxing after you put him in the same room as Daniel Kinahan? And then after that, he didn't want to really touch hands or do anything with Turki Al-Sheikh. He wasn't big behind that. He sat down and retired. He was like, look, bro, that's it. Bob Arum didn't want to touch that money either. Bob Arum didn't want to touch that money. Bob Arum never started offering people $100 million paydays and things like that. No, Bob Arum kept paying his players, his fighters, competitive rates. Why didn't he get involved in that? Huh? Why didn't he get involved in that? Very interesting stuff how Al Heyman didn't get involved in it. Bob Arum didn't get involved. Bob Arum didn't get involved of it. But you know who got involved with it? The people who went to the zone. Exactly. Bob don't want to go to jail at that age. Bob is not trying to go to jail at that age. Y'all are young and bold. Y'all are young and bold. You guys just sit up on YouTube and talk about $20 million trust funds, $20 million hedge funds, paying for fights. And then you went off and got a fight for $10 million out of a hedge fund. You guys are out here talking about it. You said you had a meeting at the 7-Eleven. Bro, the only thing that I can say is 7 + 7 is 9. And I turned my 6, now I'm a 9. I don't know what little gang language you talking about with the 7-Eleven. Except for the 7-Eleven is what? Military? Is that what you mean by 7-Eleven? I don't know what you meant. I met him at the 7-Eleven, and we struck a big deal at the 7-Eleven. Had all kind of cute code speak you guys like to use. You like to put your hat, you like to wear fatigues. Sometimes you want to wear red and black. You got all kind of little gang banging you trying to do over there, dog. False flagging, probably an Israeli. What did Terrence Crawford do to be the poster boy of stuff and get his $100 million return on that? Yeah, dog. That is why he went into bed with these dudes and he got that money. That's the deal that Terrence Crawford struck. Terrence Crawford got his money and got out. But once Terrence Crawford got that last check, he got a gun stuck in his face. I'm telling y'all playing around. Question. Does Shakur have enough power to keep him off of him? He doesn't need power to keep him off of him. He's got skills to keep him off him. And the next thing you know, he pulled out from Arrow. Yeah. Bro, look, let me tell you something. I said false flag and ain't respected Martin Truan. Dude, that nigga has literally rocked every gang sign that there is, bro. From Crips to Bloods to military to the Marines. I'm like, bro, how many different things are you? Dog, people that wear the fatigues, that's military. People in militias and stuff wear fatigues. Then people red and black, that's the Catholic Church. You got the blue and white, that's fucking Israel. Like, dude, all of these anyway. Like, man, we'll see. All I know is you niggas I knew y'all was gonna try to get in bed with that shit. Give me 1 second. I gotta upload something real fast. Thank you, Tank, for all you've done for my life, by the way, Tank. Gervonta Davis, I hope that you're not in a psych ward, which I probably think you probably are. Because I've been there, dog, and it's not that big a deal. People go there when they're stressed out and freaking out too much to get themselves settled. So, you can be in a psych ward without being super nutty. They can be like, I think he may be a harm for himself, and and boom, your ass is in there, bro. And you're gonna be in there for a while until you feel like you can leave, dog. Especially if you got a lot of insurance. So if I was Gervonta, I'd be hanging out in a psych ward for about 2 months. That's what I would do. I'd be going off the radar. I'd be like, look, man, we got to stick this nigga in this place. We got to take him over here. We got to get him settled down. Let the U.S. Marshals know. Let the people that need to know. And then when you're totally together and you have your everything together and everything settled, then go after it. You know what I'm saying? Fern said, former boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Jonah Rich, who pledged guilty to wire fraud in connection with alleged bribery schemes, were sued for breach of contract January 14th for jewelry scheme. Yeah. And you know what they do with the jewelry? They take the jewelry that they don't pay for and try to bribe somebody with it to let them have access to the hedge funds, which will allow them to turn around and pay for the shit for real. Man, let me tell you something. Floyd is one of the wackest Negroes in America. Hey, what is the new young word for whack? Yeah, dog. Look, bro. Thinking they gonna protect you, bro. Thinking that they gonna protect you, bro. Man, let me tell you something, man. If this money, let me tell you something, bro. If this money is whose money I think it is, and if I'm right about what I think, Floyd Mayweather Jr., bro, you in trouble, dog. Chopped up a new word chopped is the new word they using. Chopped. Yeah, that nigga chopped, bro. Dog, that dude is chopped. That shit is chopped. Whack equals goofy. Yeah, I mean goofy. I can go with, man, that nigga chopped. Hey, bro, you chopped, Floyd. If what I think is true, Blue Blood, you in trouble. 78, you in a lot of trouble. Oh, you probably already shut down. 78 already probably shut down. They already shut down. Who am I to even trick? They already shut down. Bro, Richney is the same person who testified in federal court that he delivered a Ferragamo bag containing $60,000 in cash to a powerful union boss in exchange for $20 million investment in a hedge fund. Yep. Same old one old suck. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Sovereign wealth funds. Thank you for stealing. Let me put it that way. Chatty equals lame. Hey, dog, that dude, them niggas. Hey, look, bro. Claymore Rain, can you come join me on my channel, Claymore Rain? Claymore Rain. Click the link, Claymore. Or are you over there on your corporate media channel because you got your corporate media job that these guys are funding with hedge funds? Maybe the reason that you know they got unlimited funds is because they paid you enough money to make you believe, Claymore, that they had unlimited funds. Is that what you did, Claymore? Why me, Claymore? I want Claymore to please click this link, Claymore. Why me? Why do you guys always come to talk to me? I don't understand. That's the one thing that I don't understand. Why do you guys that all take advantage of this fake ass money? Why do you always come to my channel first? Why do I always have conversations with you or things with you before you guys get access to all this funny ass money? That's the one thing that sits in my mind, and I'm like, I just don't get it. Shakur hits the bank. He says, Teofimo says something fucked up about me. He gets there. He gets the money over there with the zone. You guys tricked on me. You guys got the money. Shakur came on my channel. Won't come back. Got the money. Zaquan Moses played some cornball shit. Come on, man. Why me? Why me? Why do you always feel it so necessary to attack me when I say something about Terrence Crawford and I'm believing Terrence Crawford ain't natural? I see you, 2 Cent. Why was it necessary for them to say something to me? Why was it necessary for you guys to call me a pedophile when the first time you guys attacked me because I said I didn't like Tyson Fury? Why was it so important for you guys to always attack me? What up, 2 Cent?
What's going on? What's going on? Frozen in today.
Just chilling, sister. How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Just calling in. I don't know, Martin. It's a lot of. I just think it's weird that the Zuffa boxing is not getting any of the scrutiny that PBC got when they first came into the game. You had people complain for a decade at just about every card PBC threw, and they were actually good cards. But what's really funny to me is that people complained about the pay-per-views, but who throws more pay-per-views than Dana White? Don't UFC have like a pay-per-view every week?
Yeah. They were doing it like that.
And now I don't think they realize that boxing is going to be more expensive because now it's not just an event that you're paying for. because casual fans, they don't have a problem with paying for an event, which I think that's why those big boxing matches were so profitable. But now you've reduced it to having to pay a monthly fee when your casual boxing fan ain't going to pay a monthly fee. And for some reason, people don't want casual boxing fans for the sport. But what sport doesn't have casual fans? There's no sport with only quote unquote hardcore fans. If that was the case, how successful would they be? Boxing is already a niche sport. And then now you're making it even harder for a casual fan, not only to understand what's going on with the sport, but to now watch it. So I think it's going to be a disservice to the casual fans. Now, and I want to get your 2 cents on this. Some people think that Dana White will bring in more casual fans because boxing will be on more often and it'll be more fights. But the question is the quality. So is it the quantity or the quality that the fans are looking for? Because the main complaint was the best not fighting the best. But now it seems like they're kind of turning away from that. And it's like, oh, well, now we'll get more fights. So what do you think about that, like, logic and thought process?
That it's going to be, can you summarize that again? I'll make sure I understand your point right.
Some people feel like Dana White, the Zuffa boxing, will bring in more casual fans because it will be more fights versus it being less bigger fights as to the model that was before. So
I mean,
if your whole goal was to get the best fight and the best, you're not going to get that necessarily with Zuffa.
No, you're not. Not unless what they're doing, unless they wind up getting and making big fights. If they wind up making big fights, then, I mean, well, first of all, I don't know how many people actually view on Paramount Plus. I don't know what the numbers are on Paramount Plus. But no, I don't. First of all, let me be clear. I don't think this Muhammad Ali Revival Act is good for boxers at all. And if it's not good for boxers, I don't think it's going to be good for boxing. And I just think that these guys are just trying to shrink the market, and they would rather make more money from a less popular sport than make less money from a more popular sport. That's what I think. So, like, the fact that they monopolize in WWE, UFC, they've already got those 2 combat sports, even though I don't think wrestling's combat sports, but whatever. They count it that way. And then you have boxing. Boxing is the most legit of all the 3. So, I mean, I don't think like there's a short term and there's a long term towards it. If they make a ton of boxing events and they're making them with people that are young and up and coming boxers, I mean, that's more an opportunity for people, hardcore fans, to watch more boxing. But it's kind of like football. You don't get more people watching football just because or tennis. You don't get more people watching tennis just because you add more tennis tournaments. The casual fans are always going to watch during the big major ones. You know what I mean? So, I don't think that you're going to get more big fights out of this than you're already getting. I just think that the economic model is the thing that's getting balanced. That they're looking at how they can make money off this, not how they can make money for boxers, because it's not Dana White's it's not Dana White's interest to make money for boxers. It's in Dana White's interest to make money for his shareholders. And so
I don't think people understand that they're like really going against their own. They're going against their own interests. It's like, these boxers should get paid. They risking their life, but then at the same time, y'all want them. And if you like Zuffa, why you don't like Pro Box? Why weren't y'all this excited in supporting Pro Box? Just as the same way y'all are.
I gotta ask. I see a lot of people shitting on Zuffa on Twitter. Is this just the usual crowd of cornballs that come around here?
I mean, I've been hearing mixed things about it. People got mixed opinions about it. Everybody's like, let's just wait and see. It could be, and I mean, I get it, but I'm just skeptical because of Dana White, the legal ramifications and lawsuits and things he's dealt with, and the way his UFC fighters complain about him. So,
dude, it's gonna fuck fighters. I'm sorry to cut. It's gonna screw the fighters for sure. It is. But here's the thing. This is not here's the thing. This is just one thing as far as like the legislative access of it. Like just looking at it from the point of view of like what's most important for fighters, bro, that shit, this amount of fucking cheating that these dudes are doing and gambling they're doing, bro, they are going, I'm sorry, bro, ma'am, they are going to, number one, they're going to look out for boxing because these people are cheating and cheating so fucking bad, it's ridiculous. Between the steroids, the blatant fixed fights, and all of that other gambling shit, bro, and the fact, I mean, I have my own personal reasons for believing I know where this money is coming from. Dog, the fact that they're getting the money from the sources that they've been getting it from, nothing matters other than them guys not getting that money from that source. I'm telling you, they're going to cut that shit off, and whatever happens fucking happens to the boxers, to the promoters, to whoever. Doesn't matter because it's not their fucking money. I mean, seriously, like the thing that if I'm right in what I believe to be the case, and I believe this to be the case, and everything that I've said supports it, all the way to that article that described Ari Emanuel and where Ari Emanuel's getting the money from. He's getting the $7 billion of 60. Remember how they said that there was some funniness about that money?
Yep.
Let me tell you what the funniness about the money is. It's coming from a sovereign wealth fund. It's coming from a sovereign wealth fund. A sovereign wealth fund that is moving that money into a hedge fund. So that's the funniness of that money. That is the same scenario that of where Terrence Crawford got his money for the David Avenetian fight, and where Terrence Crawford said he could get the money from Errol and Terrence. And it's not a coincidence to me that not only did the boxers get all these fucking problems with Ricos, but UFC itself got hit with a fucking investigation for over 100 fixed fights. So from what I can see is that there's been people, all of this wash of money that people have been getting overpaid with. It may not be illegal money laundering like what people originally thought it was. It's like there's this big crime boss, Daniel Kinahan, that's trying to force all of this illegal money. No, they're getting this money from sovereign wealth funds and playing around with it and cheating in gambling matches and all kind of other shit's going on. So really, they're going to shut that shit down. Like, they're just going to shut it down. They're not going to continue to let people pay, $200 million? Like, that's some old ignorant ghetto shit, in my own personal opinion.
200 million is crazy.
$200 million for a fucking Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight that nobody asked for?
To not return anything? That's crazy.
And no money comes back? No, bro. Turn off that fucking at the top. But what they did is they gave Dana White $7 to $9 billion to use. So he now has $7 to $9 billion. Who gets $7 to $9 billion after they lose their ESPN contract?
Facts.
Their numbers are going down. Everything's on the slide for the UFC, but they get an angel investor to drop $9 billion on them and run it through fucking Paramount. And now
Warner Brothers said, nah, we don't want no parts of it.
Because it's funny fucking money. But it's not real funny money, but you're not going to, let me put it this way. It's not the type of money that if you're a normal fucking human being that you should be touching. That's what I'll say. If you are a normal fucking human being, you should not go fucking around willy-nilly with money coming out of sovereign wealth funds. You shouldn't, because they have militias attached to sovereign wealth funds. When they're talking about individuals, they have countries that have sovereign wealth funds, but they have families that have sovereign wealth funds. So you fuck around with let's just say the King of England and all the money that is kept in trust for the British royal family. And you've got some inside hedge fund dudes sneaking money out of the royal family of Great Britain. Bro, that shit is not money you want to fuck with, bro. And they're going to go and this is a political thing that people may not appreciate. But you have to understand, in many countries, the only reason that there is a government is because of a partnership between the monarch and that government. When they decided for Great Britain, for example, that they would stop beheading people whenever the king wanted to behead people, that was in exchange for the government taking over a lot of the responsibilities, working everyday responsibilities from the monarchy. But if you now have financiers who are working with government officials to steal money from sovereign wealth funds, bro, that shit can turn real fucking ugly. Real ugly to normal human beings that are doing it. And I think to a lot of people, it sounds like, oh, that's just fantasy. No, it's not. There's really the king and queen of Monaco. There really is. Even when we talk about Turkey al-Sheikh, that's what we're talking about is a sovereign wealth fund. And he has a whole prison wing named after him. So that's why I think that they're moving away from that stuff. That's why they don't have a network deal. Like, think about it. There's no network deals for anybody in boxing. NBC, CBS, ESPN, none of the networks are touching boxing right now. None of them. The only one that's willing to touch it is the Paramount Plus. And they've got shady-ish, they've got very suspect shit going on there with the funding on that. So, nah, bro, I believe what I'm saying was right. When Claymore Rain jumped up on this fucking channel talking about unlimited funds, he was talking about not just the PIF. He's talking about the access to multiple sovereign wealth funds. Multiple sovereign wealth funds. And they think it's a fucking piggy bank. And instead of putting on real boxing matches, really trying to make money, really saying, okay, who is the fighter that everybody wants to see? How can we really get? They haven't been doing that. What they've been doing is find a way to rip these guys off of their money and just make sure all the money's spent so they can come back and get some more. That's all they've been doing. And that's why they've been saying, oh, we're going to pay this fighter ridiculous amounts of money. That money, ridiculous amounts of money. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's what I think is going on. But as far as what it's going to do for actual boxers, nothing. Nothing. They're not going to get paid shit. And if they want to fight, nigga, you better go to school. I mean, you want a big paycheck, you better go to school. For real. Because if what I said is true, then all the money these fighters have been earning is not money they earned. It's money they just got paid because they just so happened to have a relationship with somebody that was stealing money and wanted to pass it through them. You know what I mean? You're a pass-through. If all a fighter is a pass-through, and that's why you want to go 7 rounds, you're not even, man, do you see that bullshit that they paid for where Devin Haney didn't even throw any fucking punches against Jose Ramirez, and that whole fucking fight card where nobody wanted to get touched because they wanted to move on to the next payday? That's what it looks like when you know you're going to get a ridiculous amount of money for not doing shit but walking around in the ring. That's me, 2 Cent. And I've been watching carefully. You muted?
Yep. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And is all those people, do you think that's like ring ambassadors and all of that? Do you see them going to Zuffa?
Let me tell you what will happen. It all depends on,
because I see that Keyshawn and all his brothers signed to Jay Prince, and then I'm just because you seeing Usyk going over there, Jail Bataya with Zuffa. It seemed like Robert Garcia got all his fighters going over there, so I'm wondering if Zuffa gonna be the new pipeline for Jay Prince and his fighters.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I think Zuffa is probably gonna be the new pipeline for PBC fighters. I do. I think that he's going to be a new pipeline for PBC fighters, and I think that they very well could. I think he's trying to poach Matchroom fighters. That's what it looks like to me, because Sergey Boyachuk is rumored to be on a card with them. So, I mean, if you look at who he can get to fight, who's not a promoter, Al Heyman is the one that has the closest relationship to Dana White, really, because Dana White and him made a huge fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but he didn't want to. He was kicking and screaming. I don't think Dana fuck with Al.
No, he said in 2019 that he guarantees that he will work with Al with Zuffa. That's what he said it in 2019. I did a video about it. He said matter of fact, the only promoter that he left out when he was talking about people that he hadn't said anything about these other guys, he said, I haven't said anything about Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, or Eddie Hearn. He said he hadn't said anything about those dudes. He didn't say anything about Al Heyman. I'm telling you, that shit right there is a natural marriage. Because number one, Al Heyman is somebody that really came up with the idea of a unified boxing organization. That's Al Heyman's idea that he's now going to get passed, has legislative power to pass. And Bob Arum wrote a letter against the TKO Act. Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya was against the Ali Act, Revival Act, excuse me. Everybody was against it except for Al Heyman, because Al Heyman had Tom Brown write a letter in favor of it. So I'm telling you, man, I think that I would be very surprised if Dana White did not rely on Al Heyman and Al Heyman's ability to get fighters signed, specifically in the black community and gyms in the black community. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if he didn't start working with James Prince as well. Because they're going to try to monopolize it. The only thing is the long-term part of it is the TKO part. That's the long-term part. And their relationship with USA Boxing, because there was some talk about them buying USA Boxing. They can't buy USA Boxing, but the partnering with them on the amateurs and things for their recruiting purposes. I mean, I think that he's going to have to rely upon people like that. So, I mean, I think the most likely people for Dana White to work with is Al Heyman, because he already said he guaranteed that he would work with Al Heyman with Zufta. And then Turkey Al-Sheikh, probably, if he's going to dump a ton of money on Ring Magazine events, I think that probably is going to keep going for a while. But I don't know how much money Turkey Al-Sheikh's going to have for boxing now that they said that they were cutting that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I
mean, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Two Cent, I'm telling you, this my take on it. Look, fuck Eddie. Eddie Hearn gets on my nerves. I think Eddie Hearn is bad for American boxing. This dude cannot.
What is Eddie Hearn even doing? Like, I just feel like all Eddie Hearn fighters get beat up.
Eddie Hearn got Jaron Ennis. He's got Bam Rodriguez. And who else does he have? And he's got Shakur. Isn't Shakur with Eddie Hearn?
Nobody knows for sure. Shakur's a free agent, allegedly.
Yeah, I think he signed deals with them that include a right of first refusal. So anybody can go to Eddie Hearn. Anybody can make an offer to Eddie Hearn's fighter, but then Eddie Hearn has to come up with has to match their offer. I think that's what that is. What's up, Curtis Robinson? I'm sorry I lost my girl 2 Cent. Thank you for coming on, 2 Cent. For real. And thank y'all for my 4 super chats today, man. I really appreciate it. And the chat and the Deborah Booker said, salute to Fanon. I hope things are getting better for you and your family. God bless. I hope things are getting better for you and your family. Yeah, my dad passed away and it's been tough, but the link fell off. No, Turkey's not fine. Man, Turkey's a front man, in my personal opinion. Turkey, to me, I think Turkey's just a front man. I think Turkey's trying to do real things with entertainment in Saudi Arabia. And seriously, man, best wishes to, hold on one second. Okay, cool. What's going on, 2 Cent?
So Turkey not sick no more?
Man, Turkey must have not been sick for years. He seems perfectly healthy.
I remember he was dying when he first came into the sport. He just wanted to put on fights that he wanted to see.
God dang, man. That shit is so bullshitty that I forgot it. I got like this automatic bullshit filter. Shit that is super bullshit, I forget about quick.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting year in boxing. I'm curious what's going to happen to the 54 division because, it's like, it's such a hot division, but it's not moving anywhere. It's like stale, right? It's like people want to talk about the 47 division is trash and weak, but it still can be good competitive fights made at the 47 division, whether you think they're elite fighters or not. And then you got the 54 division and you got these quote unquote elite fighters, but why does it seem like it's stuck in the mud?
Because they can't afford to make the fights. Because the real fight, because they can't afford to make the fights because these guys want so much money. And the fighters have not woken up yet to the fact that money is not going to be there. So they're all sitting there, sitting there waiting for these guys to get offered $10 million for a fight.
I think
I need $10 million. I mean, look, the fucking the fact that Eve and I'm a big Gervonta in this fan, and I like Virgil. That either one of them think that they're worth $5 million is bananas.
I mean, Boots is like, hey, I've already whatever 2-3 million. Okay, here we go. I signed it. Let's do it.
Virgil ain't trying to lose for that.
That's what I'm saying. I think Oscar know what's up. Like, it's just, I think they will make the fight eventually because I honestly can't see them starting all of this drama just to not fight. Because they started this. This never would have been a thing if Oscar and them didn't start it.
Say that again. What wouldn't be a thing?
This whole Boots, remember with the whole Boots ducking campaign and Virgil got the duck with Boots' face on it and this whole calling him a duck for a whole year. They started all of this. So I can't imagine y'all not fighting after y'all started this. That's like the duck of the century. I've never seen a duck so egregious than that.
Northern AJ and Deontay Wilder, that's the biggest duck I can remember.
You think so?
Oh my God. AJ just got offered $50 million, probably out of somebody's hedge fund.
But did he start it though? Did he call Deontay Wilder a duck first?
No. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think you're right about that. I just think it was on a bigger stage. But yeah, Virgil don't want to get beat, man. That's simple. Virgil can't beat that boy. And I don't even understand why anybody even thinks for a second that Virgil can't beat Gervonta. So he's just trying to price himself out of there. Because Oscar De La Hoya only got 3 fighters and he don't want to lose Virgil.
Mexican fighters can lose. It don't be knocks on them when they lose fights.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? It's crazy to me.
Well, we'll see what's going on. I mean, I'm wondering if Jermell gonna come back. He seems to be the only one calling out Boots.
Yeah, and then Jermell called out Boots, and then Eddie Hearn said no. He don't want the fight. We don't want the fight.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't listen to the whole video. I just said he said no. He's like, guess treated it like it wasn't a serious offer. No, because he doesn't have the money. I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn ain't got no money. Eddie Hearn does not have money for a fight that big, because you have to pay, because he's not getting the money from Turki Al-Sheikh. That's what he said about Gervonta and Virgil. He's like, look, the money, he said, the money that gets paid is going to be whatever the economics of the fight are. The money that's being talked about, which is like $5 and $7 and $9 million, is not going to be covered by what you earn in a fight. No way. They made, if they came to Dallas, they may do a $5 million gate. $5 million gate, they're not going to do a very big on pay-per-view. So it's like, how are you going to actually pay for the fight? Oh, well, Turki Al-Sheikh, who was just giving away money to make these fights, he ain't giving any more money away. It was probably never his money to give, but he ain't giving any more money away. So how are you going to get the fights where these guys, number one, they're sitting on paychecks that they already made? Like Keyshawn Davis already probably got a big paycheck. So not Keyshawn Davis, like Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz already got a big paycheck. Or I'm sorry, Oscar De La Hoya doesn't have to worry about the money because he's already wealthy. So he's not in any type of fucking rush to get that guy any type a lesser payday and wind up perhaps losing money himself on the fight. Because if he pays Virgil, if he comes off $5 million for Virgil, and the other guy comes off the $3 million for his guy, they can lose money. And Oscar De La Hoya is not gonna he's not gonna lose money. And that's why the fight's not happening. Because they're running out of money, because that scam is running short.
Man, I mean, that's everything what it's looking like. It's looking like Boots is just not going to ever really satisfy anybody.
Sorry about that. Can you start again? I accidentally knocked you off.
I was saying it's looking like Boots not gonna ever really just satisfy anybody fooling with Eddie Hearn.
No, he's not. If fighting up no, he's not. Especially if they don't have the money to pay. And look, here's my thing. It's not even in Eddie Hearn's interest to really make Jerron Ennis a big American star. I think these guys are trying to gut the fucking industry. That's mine. But look, I'm about to roll out of here in a second, 2 Cent. I did my 2 hours. All right, sister. Thank you for the help today. I appreciate you a lot.
No problem. Hey, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, y'all. If y'all enjoyed the conversation, sub to the channel.
Please do. Put a link in the chat and we'll do it. All right.
All right.
You know, a good time, 2 Cent, is over the weekend. There'll be a lot of people coming around after the Shakur and Teo fight.
Okay, cool.
All right. Get back.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Let me just summarize that one more time. Man, look, dude, you guys need to figure out what you're going to do about this money. And you're going to have to start taking fights for reasonable amounts of money. That's all you can say, bro. Boxing fighters, the way that boxing's going right now is that if you guys want to be professional fighters, you guys are going to be fighting professionally for the love of fighting. Yeah, you are. You're going to have to be getting a lot of love out of fight. You're going to have everybody hungry as hell is going to be fighting. Hungry as hell. That's the only type of cats you're going to get to do it. Small guys that are jumping out there trying to find a way to make it work. And if they can fight in an up and coming league, but then eventually you guys are going to have to get paid based off what the fight makes. You know, you're going to have to you're going to have to get paid off what the fight makes, because you dudes, you're not going to be ripping off the same people continuously. Okay. You guys should not be playing around with sovereign wealth funds. That's my personal opinion. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.